Well, hello there, welcome back to another Pokemon Master video. Today we're going to be talking about the Academy event with Arven. I think this event is pretty exciting because we just finished 6.5 anniversary, and with that we got Juliana, Anniversary Juliana, and with the introduction of Academy Arven, it makes it so that normal tower should be really easy at the moment. I'm guessing a lot of normal tower, I haven't checked, but I'm guessing a lot of normal tower clears have used the new Arven. Arven helps, but mainly it's the Juliani, right? It's the Juliana that really is the main character. So I just kind of want to talk about like how I think you should be approaching this, because this brings me back all the way to my first floor 30 clear. If you see that, it was Fire Tower. And I wouldn't have been able to do Fire Tower if it wasn't for Academy Hugh. Academy Hugh carried me all the way to floor 30. And he was a huge part in clearing floor 30. But yeah, like as you see, there's no Hugh. And Arc Suit. This is not Arc Suit. But yeah, basically this is the team I use instead of Morty. I use Hugh. So that's kind of like, Academy characters can be very strong, especially when it comes to normal tower, or especially when it comes to tower. And so just philosophy, what I learned from Fire Tower that I'm pretty sure will apply for normal tower is that with the event live, unfortunately I'm recording this not when the event dropped, but a few days later. But when you do these events, what you want to do is you want to build your character what you need. So basically Arven, I've made like a kind of a mock sync right here. Basically what you want to do is, I mean, obviously ideally you want to like do runs until you can hit like until you can hit blue, or at least like a Professor Oak that gives you 400 and all the orbs. Like this is what you want to hit, right? Because once you hit something like this, you get a lot of resources to be able to upgrade your sync grid. Yes, I do have Academy Parent, and so I'm gonna get a little bit more orbs from like some of these normal battles. Like I'm gonna get a lot more orbs, and if you have 2 Academy characters, even better. But if you don't, you can still get a really good run as long as you get blue special training, or you get lucky with Professor Oak's like teaching. I'm gonna give you 400 all the orbs. So that's basically what you want. And once you have that, you can build a grid. Again, for Pasio Tower, you do not need to build a perfect grid. What you want to do, honestly, the thing is, for Pasio Tower, building a perfect grid kind of nerfs you, because once you get a perfect grid, it might not be perfect for all the runs, and so that means like you're less likely to reset that grid, and so you're kind of griefing yourself. That's what happened to me for Fairy Tower, or for Fairy. It's like I got my perfect grid for Chris, but then I realized that I can't like reset that anymore. So that's why it's super important to like, while yes, it's ideal that you want to fish for like the perfect, you know, blue, and like if you don't have an Academy like character, if you get a blue special training and you get a Professor Oak that gives you 400 and everything, like you always want to get that. And just a little bit extra information, basically rounds 1 to 6, basically you're just going to be getting as much orbs as you can. Ideally, what I do is nowadays I reset until I can get round 1. I can get the red, blue, and yellow, because in my opinion the green orbs are like the least valuable, and you want to maximize red, blue, and yellow. And so getting something like Ingo and Emmett on the first round, or getting your attack orb with blue, red, or yellow is like the best thing for round 1. So basically you want to reset. Pray that you don't get unlucky with like Fatina here, like that's unlucky because I couldn't get extra orbs. And then after round 6, basically you have 5 rounds, and in these 5 rounds you need to get 3 things. First off, if you see Professor Oak or Blue's training, you always pick those. I know a lot of people don't like to pick Professor Oak because sometimes he gives you 30 and everything, and that could like really mess up the run. But if you want to high roll, you have to always pick Professor Oak, because if he gives you 400 and everything, and then you get blue special training and you get another 400 and everything, then you have the God run, right? So you have to always pick Professor Oak if you see him, in my opinion. Blue is a no-brainer. Obviously, you always pick him if you see him. the attack orb will always appear on round 11 if you haven't gotten it previously, and so like basically that means you have 3 rounds to get Professor Oak, to get blue, and to get your last attack orb. And then the other rounds, like you don't have a chance to get other stuff. You can see that I actually got Engo and Emmett like 3 times this run, so that's kind of lucky. But indeed, that's kind of what you want. Is you want from round 6 you have 5 chances of getting blue, Professor Oak, and attack orb. Again, attack orb will always spawn last. Sometimes if you get unlucky, then you don't get the attack orb until round 11. And round 11 you see a Professor Oak or you see a blue special training, which is unlucky. But again, you don't need the perfect run for Pasio Tower, right? So if you're in Pasio Tower, what I recommend you do is you actually check each round by round. You literally build Arven sync grid round by round. That's what I kind of did for Fire Tower. So let's say you're at floor 21, and the attack. So for example here, they cannot be damaged by special attacks. So you're going to be needing to use physical damage. So that means you're going to build Arven physical. Let's say you had Juliana and Free Whitney, and you wanted Arven to fill out your team. Then that means that you need a physical attacker. Arven is going to be your physical attacker because they can't take special damage. You also check what damage they do. Are they doing physical damage or special damage? I think with this team they do special damage. I'm not exactly sure, but basically after that you need 2 things. 1, what damage do you need, if you need damage at all, and then 2, what attack do they use, and then you build your sync grid from there. So let's say that they mainly are special attackers and they need to take physical damage. If that's the case, you want to build your sync grid in a way where you can maximize your damage and minimize their damage. And so obviously, because they only use like physical, or they only use special attack, let's say, you don't even need all this defense tile. You just need to focus on HP and then the defense that the enemy is using, and then you want to focus on damage, right? So okay, maybe I need crit, maybe I need attack, right? And then I'm gonna maybe use double edge as my main source of damage, right? And then I'm also gonna maximize my attack because I need to maximize my attack for physical, right? And then this is your sync grid, right? Obviously I don't have enough orbs, so then you check what tiles might not be the best. So increase after, that's not very good because you're going to be using it at the beginning of the battle. Critical Eye 2, don't need that because you can just press that button twice. Looks like I don't have enough special orbs, or yellow orbs. So that means that maybe I get rid of one of these tiles up here. Do I need Berserker? Yes, I do need Berserker actually. So then I can just take out one of these. Maybe I don't need Head Start. Keep in mind that if you are gonna use Arven for damage, for example, you do want certain tiles unlocked. You want for example, you want the Bronze Sync 5 unlocked. You want the Sync Move extra damage unlocked, right? Those are important. If you're gonna be using him, okay, let me just finish this grid actually. I'm gonna just shut up and finish the grid. Okay, so this is it, right? This is the grid for that fight. Okay, let's say you want to use him on the following floor where they can only take special damage, right? Or they can only take special damage. At that point, you can want to build your Arven as like defense. And so what you do, maybe you want, because they can be lowered accuracy, maybe you want to lower their accuracy, right? You want to lower their accuracy, lower their special attack. Because they can only take special damage, maybe you want to flinch and lower their special defense, right? Then you select that. And then maybe you just raise your defense as much as you can, right? And because you don't need to do damage, you want to focus on, of course, your defense. But then again, you check, okay, are they going to use special attack or are they going to use physical attack? And then you build that way, all right? And then you just keep rebuilding your Arven, and you keep rebuilding your Arven until you get all the floors that you really need, right? And then that's it. Obviously, for defensive Arven, if you're gonna go the defensive route, then you don't need bronze sync. Maybe you can get away with a sync grid that looks like. Honestly, you can probably get if you're using Arven as defense, you can probably get away with a sync grid that looks like this. Like, honestly, like you don't need all this extra tile. So like, even though I have parent and I got blue, you don't need all this extra stuff. You just want to focus on getting like that normal zone extension and stuff like that, right? And then a nice thing with Arven is that he does inflict stats conditions with his move, because he can paralyze with his body slam. And so if you're gonna use him as support, on the floors that he can't, or that you need to inflict stats conditions, then again he can paralyze. That's super nice. And then you can go ahead and focus on again, more defensive tiles on floors where you need to inflict stats conditions, right? And so there's like tons of ways that you can build Arven, or just Academy characters in general. Again, in my opinion, the best feel or like Hugh, because he is support. You can kind of change his build to fit what you need. And I think Arven is another great example of you can change his build to fit what you need. Other characters that kind of you can change your build to fit what you need is Academy Chris, as well as Academy Brandon. I think Academy Brandon, actually, you can't really change his build to fit your needs. He's mainly just going to be a physical attacker, because most likely you'll have a good a water special attacker. But anyways, that's it when it comes to like the build theory crafting, right? So I just want to go ahead and do some battles, because I do have a sync grid with Arven at the moment. I got a pretty lucky run with some stuff. I think I got blue, and then I got a bunch of other stuff. Oh, I should have prepared just a little bit better. Yeah, as you see here, I had a bunch of blue orbs, and so I was fully able to max out my defense, my attack, and yeah, I able to max out most things. So this is a really good grid for like physical attacker. And so let's go ahead and just do this. I don't know, maybe I need to unlock his EX roll, because he'll do a lot more attack. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it for the video, just because kind of a waste in my opinion, but it's fine. I can always use him in battle rally as a character, right? But yeah, let's just go ahead and run this. I'm a little bit out of practice, so if I don't do too well this fight. Also, my Julianan is attack, so I should switch. Okay, I'm gonna switch this, my bad. But just a demonstration. Of course, my Julianan is 5 out of 5 copies, and you can probably complete this fight with Julianan at lower investment. But since I've already invested her at 5 out of 5 copies, level 200, I mean, what can I do, right? My support grid, I guess I have endurance and potion refresh. But yeah, let's see how good Arven is this fight, because I used Buffalon during my run. So let's see how good Arven is during this fight.
You what a real Pokemon battle is.
Oh my god, this might be it. I'm using Power Blizzard again. Oh my goodness. Think this is it. The no talking run is kind of rough, but yep, this should be it. Should be able to tank in a lot more hits here. Yeah, the thing about this run was Defense Crush on Trapagos. I mean, I was able to complete it. I think that's a good model run for Arven with Whitney. Again, I didn't want to do with Elaine, but I wanted to try with Whitney. Defense Crush definitely helped, even though at the end it looked like the side Pokemon only got Defense Crush 3 times, but there we go. That was rough. Yeah, basically it's flinching with, or the sequencing is, the sync move is Wigglytuff Arven, or Wigglytuff Julianan, then Arven, making sure that I use the Terra Storm after the first sync move, and then Terra Storm after the second sync move, healing everybody on the way. I didn't flinch that Sceptile as much as I wanted to. I don't even think I flinched the Sceptile at the beginning of the fight at all. Normally I'd want that flinch. I'm not sure if you can do it with lower investment Juliana or Whitney. In theory, it should still be possible, because with Juliana sync grid, you don't really get that much. I mean, that's useless. This is good, but yeah, this is really good because you want the normal zone from the stellar move. So again, I don't know if it's possible to be able to do this run without that extra normal zone, but Juliana 5 out of 5 is still really strong regardless. So that's the run. Again, it's the lucky skill is the Defense Crush. That's good. But again, that's the sync grid. If you want to do a physical, if you want to do like a physical floor run, will probably be a lot easier if you had Juliana, or if you had Elaine. Even one copy Elaine would probably be pretty good for that fight. But again, that's Arven for physical, and let's go ahead and lock in Arven for support. I don't really need Arven to do physical damage, like that's not really important for me, and so instead I would rather him be a flincher. So that's what I'm gonna make my grid. I forgot exactly what tiles I don't want. I think I don't want these tiles because I lower special attack regardless with my Trapagos. Pretty sure that's how it is. Although the sync move countdown by 1 is not really that important either. It's kind of important what I do here because I'm gonna lock this in. Maybe the accuracy, honestly, because I don't need the special attack down 2 is pretty good too, but I might not need that. I'm just thinking what I want, because it's like, yeah, well, Propulsion is good. If I want to use this Pokemon as a support character in, like, for example, Legendary Gauntlet, then technically lowering their special attack and accuracy is incredibly strong, especially with staggering. So I'm gonna lock it in like this. Again, this is just going to be a temporary sync grid. Again, I do want to try to get the 400 for Professor Oak and the 400 for Blue as well. So we're gonna want to do that. But I'm just gonna lock this in, and then I'm gonna try to use this Arven for the floor 30 fight. Again, I do have Juliana at level 200, 5 out of 5 copies. So Did I say floor 200? I mean floor 50 or 30. I think it's, which one do I use? I think it's, I'm always confused which one I need. I think it's the second one. Again, I think it's a little bit worse of a sync grid overall, but in terms of what I need, let's try it out. Again, this might take me a while. That physical floor took me like an hour to figure out. But I'm happy I was able to get it with, you know, Whitney, you know, a little bit of a different team than what the replays in game show. But this sync grid for support Arven is really good because you have that, you know, body slam, the trapped with the hyper voice, you have the flinching with the mud slap, which is really what I'm going to rely on for this fight. You also have the head start, the Pasio circle. Critical strike 2 isn't that good, but at this point I'm not sure what to swap it to. I'm not exactly sure what my sequencing would be. It would probably be attacking with Whitney and then maybe just attacking with Juliana immediately, like ignoring the Arven sync, even though the Paldea circle would be nice. I think I ignore the Arven sync. And then with Whitney, because I am using Arven as my main flincher, I probably don't want flinching with Whitney. Even an accidental flinch with Whitney is, even that's pretty bad. So is there a way I can get potions? Master healing, you know what, we'll take that. We'll take it. I'm not sure how this fight will go, but we should give it a try at the very least. I'm not sure what the sequencing even is, but we'll see. I guess we can try to flank the Lugia at the very beginning. See if it's possible to sync move cheese with see if the sync move cheese is possible. Ooh, we got refresh on that, which is great. Is the sync move cheese possible? No. Or flinch cheese, I mean. Okay, that's okay. We missed the flinch on the Lugia. That's how the mud slap flinching usually goes. I'm gonna go ahead and use defensive studies here actually. Then we can technically still try to flinch this Lugia here with a headbutt. So let's try that. Headbutt flinch. Defensive studies lower the single countdown by 1. Oh, it doesn't. Oops. We're gonna try to. Oh, can't even flinch the Suicune. Oh, I'm flubbing it, guys. I'm flubbing it. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. I panicked there. Can still try to flinch this Lugia here, I suppose. Sync move cheese that in. This isn't looking the greatest. What am I doing here? Doesn't matter actually, I don't think. Okay. Probably need to start. Probably shouldn't even try to mud slap the Lugia here because it's not going to be able to attack anyways. Accidentally flinched the Lugia here. Hyper voice, I suppose. Ow. And not really showcasing the greatest flinching of my life here. I think Suicune can get flinched next, so let's try to flinch that Suicune if possible. Did not flinch the Suicune. Squall is about to die. I'm gonna need to use Stellar Shine here soon. Probably use Stellar Shine here actually. Hopefully we can flinch this Celebi here. Oh, we did get the flinching happening. Holy guys, finally. Gonna normal zone might run out here. Oh my god, we got the double flinch. Oh, the showcase of the flinch. Crazy. And then we can do this. Wait, one try? One try, baby! I mean, Squavid doesn't need to do much. I mean, again, this is more of a 5... Okay. First try. This was more of a 5 out of 5 Juliana, but as you see there, the flinch... The mud slap 50% flinch. Again, I'm very used to it with... I guess Hugh had brick break flinch, but regardless. Yeah, as you see there, it's pretty... Juliana strong. But the flinching with the Arven definitely saved me at the end of the fight there. Like, I was super close. Is it a nuclear? It's a nuclear? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So, not the greatest. Not the cleanest battles, but you know what? At the end of the day, we finished the fight. Displayed a floor 30 run, displayed a floor 27 run. In conclusion, Arven, I think, is strong. You have to really have Juliana. I mean, you can probably get away with not having Juliana, but Juliana really helps. And you basically just build Arven in whichever way helps you with the tower run. Of course, Juliana is going to be your main driver, but Arven can be useful for physical floors, indeed. So I hope that helps with the Pasio Tower and Academy event interactions. I mean, you can definitely just see like that's a good example of how to kind of build your Arven. But again, Juliana 5 out of 5, low 200. I mean, there's really nothing that can compare to her. So thank you for watching. You're beautiful the way you are, and I'll catch you in the next video, which I'll probably talk about the gym event. I'm not sure what I want to do next time.